Hey guys, Steve Trowbridge here. So, this whole Stetson Hardwick thing is kind of it's getting a little bit insane. So, basically, you probably saw my video yesterday, which, by the way, shout out to Damien Skyfire and Ranting Doom Guy. Since then, Ranting Doom Guy has also made a video on the topic, and in the comments of my other video, Damien Skyfire told me a little bit about this guy. He'll give me a little bit more backstory about this guy, and he has a pretty creepy past, to say the least. A pretty dark and creepy past. So I got up today, got up at 5 in the morning, went to work, worked my shift. After I got off work, I found this lovely video. And Stetson, or whatever your real name is, I have to say thank you. I think this is the first response video that everyone's ever done to me. So thanks for popping my response video cherry virginity. That doesn't no. I'm gonna have to sanitize myself after saying that. That's a bad picture. I'm sorry for that bad joke. But I found this video, and to say, I've really come to the conclusion, like, I saw his first debate that he had with Thrash Metal Guru. I've seen all the comments that he's left on Damien Skyfire's videos, and Ranting Doom Guy's videos, and Thrash's videos, and I've just come to the conclusion this guy is intellectually dishonest. He's intellectually stunted as well as mentally stunted. I mean, he's not able to, critique his own beliefs or, question his own beliefs at all. He's basically just repeating himself over and over again. It's almost like he thinks if he keeps repeating himself, he'll just get someone to be like, "Oh my God, I finally realized it. I've seen the light. Oh my God, Stetson, you are so right. I was so wrong all this time." Oh my God, it's like he's expecting someone to do that. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That perfectly sums up you. So we're going to go through this 3-minute video and just look at some of the absurd claims that this guy makes with no evidence or sources to back up any of his claims. I would be more pissed off about this video, but I'm not really pissed off at all. Or offended, really, because maybe a little bit, but I'll bring that up a little bit later. But I'm not, because first of all, you are very obscure. Second of all, I know who I'm dealing with. And third, you have no audience. The only audience you have is basically of people who can't stand you. So it's not like you have any real reach. I would have very legitimate reasons to make a complaint about slander and stuff like that, but I'm not going to. So, let's get started with this video, shall we? I'm a conservative, I'm not even going to address that, and hates humanity and has no respect for you. Respect is earned, not given, first of all. Second of all, it's very rich coming from you that I or anyone else hates humanity. Okay, you have no regard for humanity. Okay, the reason you have no regard for humanity is because you are a pedo supporter. That alone just shows you have no regard for humanity whatsoever. You don't give a fuck if some 35, 40-year-old creeper takes advantage of a 5-year-old child and fucks up their mind and fucks with their mind. You don't care. Okay, you completely threw Ranting Doom Guy's experience under the bus because it doesn't satisfy your own selfish and sadistic needs and desires. Okay, you don't respect humanity. You have no appreciation for humanity. So don't fucking tell me that I have no respect for humanity, dude. You don't care if people. You literally don't care if people are taking advantage of or violating, and then end up feeling dirty about it, feel like they're wrong, that they're messed up, and that they're used, and they can't get better, just because some creepy asshole had to go and do something like that to them. You don't care, because it does. Like I said, it doesn't allow you to satisfy your own sick needs, your sick desires, or at least the sick desires of these other creepy people. Who are pedophiles, not pedosexuals, pedophiles. Quit trying to lump pedophiles in with gay people, bisexual people, and trans people. And I've got news for you, buddy. The LGBT community wants nothing to do with you. They have said it multiple times. LGBT people want nothing to do with pedophiles. So get your head out of your ass. He is closed-minded and punishes people who does not believe in his fake news. What is your evidence of this? How have I punished people for not subscribing to your belief? I'm closed-minded. Again, this is very, very rich coming from you. Like I said, you are unable to critique or question your own beliefs. You don't listen to any constructive criticism. You just repeat yourself over and over and over again. Hey, you know what? If I keep running into this brick wall, I know this brick wall probably is never going to give, but I'm sure if I keep running into it, I'll change something. Just, it's unbelievable. I said this in a comment on Ranting Doom Guy's most recent video that he did about this, and I'll say it again. The lack of self-awareness that you have is amazing. It's amazing how much such a lack of self-awareness on your part. You call people closed-minded, but you call anyone who disagrees with you a conservative and a bigot, pretty much. So we're already off to a great start. I never claimed I'm perfect. Never claimed I was perfect. I am far from being perfect, and so are you. You probably think that you're perfect because you think that you're morally superior for the beliefs that you hold, but you're not. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Ranting Doom Guy is not perfect. Damien Skyfire is not perfect. None of us are perfect. No one's claiming to be perfect or morally superior except you. He hates people who are LGBT. I don't hate people who are LGBT. I do despise people who are pedophiles, but not people who are LGBT. I've often said the opposite. I think that gay people should not be discriminated against based on their sexuality. I think that, gay people should should have the right to do things like, being married and not being discriminated against in the workplace just for being gay. I think the same thing with trans people. Legitimate trans people, not just transgenders, people who are actually transgender and have gender dysphoria, and who actually end up transitioning and stuff like that. The reason I don't like people who, these transgenders, like Riley Dennis, like Milo Stewart, and I know that they have since, gone on hormones and stuff like that, but they were, I strongly suspect that the only reason those two are transitioning is to prove a point to people who are saying that they weren't really trans. People like that appropriate the struggles that real trans people go through. Something else you probably don't care about. Because I don't think you care about LGBT people. You only care about using them as a pawn to further your own sick beliefs. Yeah, I do think there's only two genders, because there are only two genders. Again, I repeat myself, there is no scientific evidence or consensus or basis for there being more than two genders. If you can provide me evidence, real legitimate evidence, I'd be happy to read it, and I'd be happy to change my mind if you can prove me wrong. I would, I really would. But I don't think you're going to do that. I don't think you can do that. I think people like to conflate gender with personality. Just because they have a quirky personality, that means that they're an entire new gender. But whatever. And like I said in my last video, even though I think that the they them pronouns and genderqueer, gender fluid, even though I think all that stuff is ridiculous, I never once said that people can't identify as that. Okay? I think that people should be able to identify as whatever they want. If someone wants to identify as a frog, they should be allowed to identify as a frog and go by their own pronouns if they want to, okay? If I encounter someone who claims to be non-binary and they want to be addressed by they, them, I will be respectful and I will address them by they, them. I may think it's ridiculous, I may think it's silly, but I will still be respectful. You're really reaching. He is a bully. So how am I a bully? I'm not preventing you from making your videos. I'm not preventing you from your right to freedom of speech. I'm not doing any of this. So how am I a bully? I'm a fool. Alright, look who's talking. That's all I have to say about that. Thinks telling the truth makes you stupid, so what is he hiding? What am I hiding? Well, let's see. I have a few friends on Facebook who are furries. I sometimes listen to Madonna. I have a guilty pleasure, and it is listening to Madonna's music. I think some of her music, or some of her songs, are pretty fucking good. I've read the Twilight series. Probably a few more things I could list. I guess that's what I'm hiding. Telling the truth makes you stupid. No, I think that you look kind of stupid because you don't elaborate on what your truth is. You keep saying the truth, but you don't elaborate on what the truth to you is. When have I ever said that? When have I ever said that? This is just pure projection. Pure projection. Because really, you think that anyone who doesn't think like you is subhuman. I call gay people faggots. Doesn't accept the rights of LGBT. Again, I think that LGBT people deserve rights, and I don't call gay people faggots, you know, in a derogatory sense. I'd never go to a gay person and say, "Hey, fag, what's up?" or whatever. I don't say, "Hey, fag, what are you looking at?" I don't do that. Now, occasionally I will use that word because there's not a good enough word to, you know, a harsh enough word to describe someone like you. But yeah, I don't go to gay people and call them fags. Again, where is your evidence? Close friends with Ranting Doom Guy is not homophobic and he's not conservative. He's a centrist, and I've never been close friends. I mean, at best, before all this mess, I was just acquaintances with him. I mean, you know, and I still wouldn't say he's a close friend whatsoever. I don't think he would describe me as such either, but I mean, so what? Bully, troll, and victimize people on YouTube. Where is your evidence, dude? Where is your evidence? Kind of seems like that's what you do, honestly. No respect for freedom of speech. How are we censoring you? Are we trying to censor you? Are we trying to get your videos flagged, your channel flagged? What? We aren't doing any of those things. So I can just say we don't respect freedom of speech. We're not trying to censor you whatsoever. I think you should have every right to make your videos and voice your opinions and your beliefs. And believe it or not, I might get some shit for this, but I didn't agree with Amos Yee being taken off of YouTube, as I think he deserved the right to voice his opinions, no matter how fucked up they were. Again, you have no substance to your claims. With families, open-minded ideas, teachers of the truth. You have no sympathy or respect for humanity. I've already been over that. You have no respect or sympathy or respect for humanity. If you did, you would actually have respect for victims of pedophiles. You would have sympathy for people like Ranting Doom Guy, who was in a similar experience, where he has actually made videos talking about his experience, and you completely disregarded it. So don't sit here and tell me about sympathy and respect for humanity, because you have none. You don't care if a fucking 40-year-old adult violates and completely fucks up the life of a 5-year-old kid or a child. You don't care. A cult. Again, that's so rich coming from you. You're literally cult-like in the way you comment, in the way you talk, in the way you present your beliefs. A cult. We're a cult, guys. We're a cult, right? Coming from this guy. They have threatened lives of many and even led people to suicide. Do you want people like that in your government? What? So pretty much from here on, he doesn't really address me by name. He just talks about what he's gonna do, basically. To make you fail. Amazing. Alright. That's pretty much it. I mean, as far as I'm involved, but I mean, again, dude, where is your evidence for any of us, for us, for me, Ranching Doom Guy, Damien Skyfire, Thrash, or anyone else that you've targeted? Where's the proof for us pushing people to suicide? That's a pretty fucking serious claim, dude. Again, we all would have very, very legitimate grounds to file something against you for slander. But we're not. None of us are going to do that because anyone can take one look at you and your videos and your comments and recognize and realize that you are a complete and utter moron who is incapable of any intellectual thought, or any critique or anything. So yeah, that's been this video. My battery's running low, so I'm going to cut it right here. But yeah, dude, just give up. Dude, just give up. Give it up. Alright.